The River Bank. This story is written by an English-Scottish author, Kenneth Grahame, one of the most noted writer of children's literature. He is specifically known for his novel called The Wind in the Willows. The River Bank is a small fragment of the same book. The main characters in the story are mole, rat, badger, otter, and toad. This story happens in a place which is almost like that in a fairy tale. In this woodland world, all the creatures do all activities just like humans do. They eat, sleep, wear clothes, and also row boat. Mole lived under the earth in a dark little house. He was painting his house as it was springtime. He could smell the springtime arrive. He wanted a break from his whitewashing job and hence came out above the earth onto the warm grass of a green meadow. He enjoyed being in the open air where everything was green and fresh. Mole never saw a river. While walking through the meadow he saw a river. There was a black hole on the bank of the river, where he stood at an edge across the river. A little later he saw Rat coming towards him on a boat. Soon he was sailing on Rat's boat and was very excited. Rat rowed his boat and got a luncheon basket for both from his house. When he saw that Mole enjoyed the boat ride, he asked, "Do you really live by the river? What a jolly life!" Mole was really excited to know that Rat lived by the river and wondered what a happy life he lived. Rat said, "By it, and with it, and on it, and in it." He meant to say that he had lived on the river bank for a long time and he knew the whole place pretty well. However, he added that the river bank was more crowded than before and many were leaving. Then he talked about the wild wood, which is a part of the woodland where Rat and such as his friends wouldn't go except for old Badger. That place was dominated by other animals like weasels and foxes, and animal etiquette did not allow dwelling on possible trouble ahead. Rat and Mole reach a beautiful lake by the bank of which they settle down to have lunch. Mole unpacks the basket and was delighted to see the delicious food that Rat had packed. Suddenly he notices someone approaching. "Why didn't you invite me, Ratty?" It was the otter, who swam through the river to get some moment of peace as the river was too crowded with many animals. After a while, Badger appears and disappears when he sees them all. He was not a social animal and preferred staying alone. He was in the river. Just then the toad arrives in his brand new wager boat, wearing new clothes and new everything. As Toad drives past, the otter is gone too. It was time they packed up everything and moved on as it was getting darker. On their way back, Mole insisted he would row the boat. But Ratty said he won't be able to do it without training. Mole, does, Mole didn't listen to Rat and forcibly snatches the oars to row. Soon enough he couldn't control the boat and toppled into the river. The water was terribly cold. Rat somehow managed to save him and bring him back to the shore. Mole apologized for his bad behavior. Rat took him to his house and gave him fresh clothes to wear. They sat and chatted near the fire for some time and then Mole went off to sleep. Mole was happy to think about Ratty and his new-found friend, the river. Mole was happy to think about Ratty and his new-found friend, the river.